Did you keg or bottle?
Well, I used to bottle. The first year that I did homebrewing, I just strictly did bottling. But I finally, it's right behind the camera, you can't see it, but I got a kegerator. I got like a great deal on it. It was like $280 shipped.
Wow.
I started to go out and buy a keg, and it came with a CO2 tank, so I just had to get that filled once in a while.
Right.
And I got this slim tier tap handle at Mahara's for like $15, I think. Kegging is just so much easier.
It is.
You know? Although bottling off the keg is a pain.
So I'm guessing you have not done any lagering yet?
No, I'd love to try it. It's just with the, kind of a slave to the, whatever the basement is, the temperatures in the basement.
Sure.
So if I had like the ability, like if I had the equipment, I'd love to do it, but I don't know if I can right now.
So would you consider yourself a novice, intermediate, or an expert brewer?
Definitely closer to novice than intermediate. Like I think you said advanced intermediate. I'm probably like an advanced novice,
Sure.
Because I always talk to people about how much I love homebrewing and how like relatively easy it is, And I'm just like, oh, like I can always show people like if you're gonna do extract, it's actually pretty easy to do, and you can still get. I mean, the spirits extract right here. I think it tastes great, and
It does taste great, and that leads into the next question, which will allow you to brag for a minute. Have you entered any homebrew competitions?
Yeah, actually, this one won a homebrew competition a few weeks ago called the Schoharie County Sunshine Fair. I actually beat out fellow Albany Brew Crafter Scott Mitchell. He had a saison and an IPA, and I entered this and my black IPA, and this won. I won a big mug.
Sure.
And I've entered. The Rucks had 3 homebrew contests by now. I've entered all those. Whenever I enter a homebrew contest, my goal is to just not come in last. So if I come in second to last, I'll be happy. I'm just like, as long as I don't come in last, I'll be happy. And actually, the Rucks, the winner won. Like we just had the summer one. The winner won, in January. They had a pepper beer category, and my pepper beer came in 3rd out of like 12. So like that really. I was like, oh my god, I placed 3rd?
Makes you feel good.
Yeah.
So what's been the most challenging beer you've ever brewed?
Probably my Trappin' Black, which is also my biggest failure too. Like it was, such a long story. Like, I only let it ferment for like 2 weeks, and I'm just like, it should be ready by now. And I put it on tap, it tasted terrible, so I threw it back in the carboy, and then got the Trappist yeast again and just started the fermentation all over again. Left it in the living room at like 75, 80 degrees like all summer. The Belgian yeast, you want warm.
Yeah. 80 degrees is...
Yeah. And then it's like I after a while, like when I actually kegged this one, on the same day I bottled the Trappin' Black. That one I actually did regular bottles, like with the priming sugar, and just bottled the whole thing. Because I knew I was like, well, maybe other people will like it. Because I'm my biggest critic of my own homebrew. Like every time I have my own homebrew, I'm just like, yeah, this is okay. But and I give it to other people, and they're like, oh my god, this is great. I'm like, really? And I'm like, I don't know. So I'm like my own biggest critic,
I'm the same way.
Like my friend Sean, I gave him the black IPA. I didn't think he would like it, but he's like, oh, this is awesome. And I was just like, well, if he loves it, I'm just gonna give it away, and I still I have a case of it in the basement, and I need to give it away. So, if you want one, let me know.
Well, actually, black IPA is one of my less favorite brew styles.
Right.
What would you say are your favorite and least favorite beer styles?
To drink or
to drink?
Well. Favorites to drink, like I used to be like a total hophead, like I wanted IPAs all day, every day, but like now I'm like an appreciator of like everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like it just kind of like, I kind of drink by mood, like what am I in the mood for?
Yeah.
But I like everything across the whole spectrum. Like there's nothing I really dislike. I'm trying to think. Like, I wouldn't even like say like adjunct macro lagers and malt liquors. Like I just like built up a tolerance to those. Mm-hmm. Like now where I'm just like I can drink them and I'm just like I'm not offended by them anymore.
All right, gun to the head though. You can only have one style of beer for the next 2 weeks. What would it be?
Well, how about pumpkin since we're coming up to fall?
Okay. What about your favorite and least favorite to brew?
I don't. Well, I guess my favorite to brew would be Hefeweizen because I brewed this 4 times. Actually, 5 times because there's a 5th one in the basement right now. So that's probably my favorite to brew. Least favorite. I don't really have a least favorite. I mean, except for the one that came out shitty, but.
The least favorite is the one that is not successful. So,
totally.
How'd you hear about the Albany Brew Crafters?
Aaron, who's the head of our club, the brewmaster general. I think he just like emailed me. Like he saw me probably on Facebook or Twitter or something, and said, "Hey, you're in Albany. You know, you know beer. I've seen you on YouTube. I've seen you homebrew. You know, we just started this club. You should come check us out." And I was just like, "Oh, cool." So I think I came to the like August or September 2012 meeting, and when we used to be at City Beer Hall, like I had no idea what to expect, and I think it was like the next month I was actually an officer, like because Aaron had my job and then he went to, because Alex had to resign, I guess. Aaron took Alex's job, so then I took Aaron's job, and been one of the biggest cheerleaders and supporters of Albany Brew Crafters ever since.
So what is your job?
Yeah, my job is the SMIS, the social media strategist. My job is to basically promote the club on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube, as we are right now. So whenever
we're on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube?
Yes.
What would those URLs be?
They're in the description box below.
Perfect.
Or I can just put them on the screen right here. Yeah, so I edit all our YouTube videos, things like that. I'm always like repping the club, like I'm at an event, you know. Like I actually recruited 2 members at the Schoharie County Sunshine Fair. Well, we're all recruiters basically. But,
absolutely.
Yeah, so I mean, I just like take care of everything social media. It's really fun and easy.
So what made you decide to join us?
Because it was fun and easy.
Fun and easy.
No, because I mean, like I went to a meeting and I was like, this is cool, and I get to try everybody else's homebrew, and you know, everybody was really nice, and you know, it was relatively cheap yearly membership.
Sure.
It's only $3 a month, by the way. Yeah, so I just had a lot of fun, and I thought everybody who was there was really cool, and you know, being able to not just be a member, but to actually be an officer in the club, you know, like that really. I mean, I would still, even if I didn't have this job, I would still be a member.
Sure. So, what are your long-term future homebrewing plans?
Well, long-term, like I said, I definitely want to get an all grain at some point. In fact, my friend Sean and I have talked about it. It's just a matter of going out and getting the equipment, and like we're probably gonna need somebody to like hold our hands to walk us through it, you know.
Sure.
But that's long-term plan.
What about short-term? Anything?
Well, I have 2 beers in the basement right now. I have another Hefeweizen. I'm gonna throw some frozen strawberries in there, just because like you always see like blueberry wheat beers, raspberry wheat, blackberry wheat. I was like, you never see a strawberry wheat, so I'm gonna make a strawberry wheat beer. And I also have my I call it the Chad Tenniel IPA. It's a all Centennial hop IPA. As soon as this keg kicks, it'll be going on tap. So we need to drink up here.
All right. Well, what advice would you give to people considering getting into homebrewing?
I would just say like it might look hard, which is actually why I put it off for so long, but it's really not. It's actually really easy especially if you're just starting out. You don't have to go straight into all grain. You can do extract. You can get kits. It's really easy. If you can boil water, you can make beer. You know.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, listen, Chad, I'm out of beer, so we better cut
I'm
this
just
short.
I'm about out of here too, so
So thanks for the interview,
Yeah.
and we'll see you next time.
thanks.